Hey, welcome back to the Big Ranch Show. Thank you for joining me. Now, this one is a little more controversial. This one makes me a little more angry than the others. Other stories that you've seen recently here on this channel. But here it goes. Portland, Oregon. Yeah, there have been a lot of protests up there, especially, BLM protests, that have kind of morphed into something entirely different. Yeah, that's what they started for. But now it's become a protest against federal agents that have been known to take people off the streets, arrest people without a crime, and take them away without any due process. The Trump administration has sent their own thugs into Portland to supposedly protect federal buildings. But the problem is, these thugs have not just protected federal buildings. They have instigated riots. They have incited peaceful protests into riots. I watched a Twitter video the other day of a group of people, not on federal property, but people that were just marching in the street, saying Black Lives Matter. And then bam, canister after canister after canister of tear gas. There were reports that after they showed up, a group called the Wall of Moms appeared at one of the following days to protect these people who were being attacked. They were in a line chanting, "Feds go away." And things like that. And then they were tear gassed by being peaceful, for trying to keep the peace between the protesters and these thugs from the Trump administration. They were tear gassed, they were beaten, they were arrested. For the first few days of this assault, as it were, on Portland, Oregon, there was no idea who they were at first. They came in unmarked, no insignias, no nothing identifying who they are. We come to find out later that they're part of the Border Patrol from DHS. The problem is, the Border Patrol is not allowed in within our borders that closely. They're supposed to police our borders. Last I read, something about 150 miles inland as far as they're allowed to go. Yet here they are in the middle of an American city that is not near the American border. So what's the case? What's going on? The fact is, Trump has sent these people to incite the protesters, to make them look more violent than they really are, so he can try and turn the tide in his favor for the November election. I wish I could say he wasn't doing it for personal reasons, but he is. You don't see him going into areas that are controlled by Republicans that have had protests. Now, the fact is, this has happened before in history. We have had the leader of a country form his own paramilitary group of goons to attack innocent people, to kidnap innocent people, to take them to undisclosed locations. The difference is, this time they're using white vans. Last time they used trains. This time they're not likely killing them like the last time. And it's not being done on religious grounds this time. It's being done solely on political grounds. These people support the Black Lives Matter movement, and Donald Trump is a racist who opposes it. Therefore, they must be punished. At the end of the day, this is just fascism. That's exactly what it is. And you can sit there and argue with me all you want and say it's not. I'll say you're wrong. I've spent too much time reading and watching and studying even things that went on prior to World War II and during World War II. It's probably one of my favorite topics to study if I'm going to look at history anyway, is World War II and the stuff surrounding it. Because it's amazing to me how so many people could stand idly by and let such terrible things happen to people. It reminds me of a meme I saw on Facebook about growing up and wondering how people were able to just allow themselves to be okay with the things that were happening to the Jewish people. But now, it's clear as day. They bought the hype. They bought into what their leader was saying. They blindly followed, much like Trump supporters are doing now. I have people on my Facebook feed, my Twitter feed, defending these actions. Defending these fascist tactics used by the Trump administration. And they don't seem to care about the human toll. They don't seem to care that they're repeating history. Now, I don't know the solution here except to vote the fucker out in November. I'll tell you, I don't support any of the violence going on. I don't support violent protest or rioting. But what are these people supposed to do when they're being attacked? They make it hard to condemn people who are doing the wrong thing when they're attacking the people doing the right thing. Nowhere in the Constitution does it state you have the right to protest, but when the government says you can't. Nowhere in the Constitution does it say that they can tell you not to protest. One of my friends is like, well, the federal agents told them to disperse, and they didn't. It's their God-given American right to protest. Nowhere does it state when somebody says you must disperse that you have to disperse from a peaceful protest. Now, do you need to follow the local laws and things like that? Sure. If people are breaking the laws and stuff, okay, maybe you deal with those people. But not the way they're doing it. Because all they're doing is escalating the situation. They're making it worse. All in all, what they are doing is unconstitutional. It violates everything we stand for. We fought a damn war. We fought a war for this. To stop this kind of stuff. We literally lost countless American lives trying to solve this problem before. We lost a lot of Americans, a lot of great Americans, to fight against tyranny, oppression, people being kidnapped off the street by, as some people would refer to, as jackbooted thugs. Do you remember all those years during the Obama administration where they claimed Obama was going to send jackbooted thugs to kidnap you from your bedroom I do. In fact, I remember Alex Jones saying that there's a whole list of people, and this on these days, people with last names of A through K are going to go be kidnapped by Obama, and then on these other days, K through M, blah blah blah, right? Yet it's actually happening right now as we speak, and nobody is lifting a finger to stop it. Nobody in our government. Some people are even saying that they are using mercenaries to attack American civilians. If that is the case, that is so, so wrong. It's already bad enough that he's having people attack American citizens. All for the idea of protecting the state. You know what? This is a job for local police, local authorities. State police even, but mostly local authorities. Now, if you're in a city where they're asking for help, they want the National Guard to come in to help keep the peace. If they want federal help somehow, like the mayor of Chicago does, that's fine. If they're asking for the help, then send them help. But don't send them something to escalate the problem and make it worse. At this point in time, I don't understand how anybody can support these actions by this administration. This is by far the most un-American thing I have seen in my entire 40 years of life. It really makes me wish for George Bush. I didn't like the guy's politics, but I knew he loved America. I know he still does. With Donald Trump, clearly he doesn't. He thinks this is his damn kingdom. And I hate to tell you, Mr. Trump, you're not a king. If anything, you're a king of nothing. Anyways, y'all have a great day. I'll see you down the road. And to the people out there in the protests in Portland, stay safe. Be as peaceful as possible. My suggestion is, even if they come at you, if the federal agents come at you with stuff, don't fight back. You're at that point, you'll just be feeding Trump's little fear thing, he's doing. But anyhow, thank you for watching. I know I haven't been making a whole lot of videos, but I have some other videos planned for the next few days. So, y'all have a great day. I'll see you down the road.